So I'm going to retelling the article about the title of this journal is Teaching Narrative Reading by Using the Subtext Strategy for Islamic Senior High School Students. Authors Sir Muhammad Hollandia, Sir Novalingga Vitaloka, Sir Wahyudianto. Reading comprehension is the main purpose of the reading activity. All readers intend to have connection to the material that they read. Narrative is text type that tell about story, whether true story, problematic personal experience, or fictional. In Indonesia, reading still becomes a problem for the student. It means that Indonesian students need a strategy to improve their reading skill. Problem in narrative reading comparison also happened to the 11th grade student of MA Patra Mandiri Palembang, one Islamic high school in Palembang. Based on the informal interview with the teacher of English and the 11th grade student, there were many problems that students faced in learning reading. It happened because there was no interesting way to attack their interests in narrative reading text. Therefore, the subtext strategy is used subtext. The objective of this study were to find out whether or not there was a significant improvement before and after the treatment on the 11th grade student reading comparison score, and so to find out whether or not. The study used a quasi-experimental design pretest post-test no equivalent group design. The population of the research was 11th grade of MA Patra Mandiri Palembang, one of Islamic senior high school in Palembang. The sample of the study were 11 social 2 and 11 social 3, because when the writer was conducting an observation there, the teacher of English said those classes were apparently the same level and they were available to study. In this study, reading comparison test in the form of multiple choice to collect data. The purpose of giving pretest to the student was to know the students' English reading comparison score before implementing subtext strategy. Meanwhile, post-test was given after the treatment. The data analysis technique used was qualitative in analyzing the data. Data obtained from quasi-experimental design were calculated by means of SPSS20 software. Statistical technique for the social science in order to see whether there was a significant improvement before and after they were treated by using subtext strategy. T-test was used as experimental statistical analysis. Based on the findings, some interpretations were made as follows. After conducting the research, it was found that there was a significant improvement from student present to pretest to post-test score in experimental and control group from the result of 5 sample t-test analysis. In other words, student reading comparison achievement in experimental group improved after they were taught by using subtext strategy. Meanwhile, student reading comparison achievement in control group also improved, but not as significant as the experimental group did. At the beginning, the pretest in both control and experimental were conducted. After the student pretest score obtained from control and experimental group, we chose 11 social 2 as a control group and 11 social 3 as experimental group. It was because the student score in control group were higher than the students' score in experimental group. It was also proven by The means of prejudice in 11 Social 2, which was higher than 11 Social 3. It could happen because the student of 11 Social 3 seemed embarrassed in doing the test. They were lazy to read the provided text in the test. They answer the question without comparing the text. Based on the explanation, subtext strategy was supposedly applied to the 11th grade student of one Islamic senior high school in Palembang. Therefore, it can be inferred that the teaching reading comparison in narrative text by using subtext strategy can be considered as an alternative strategy that can be used.